Hello everyone and welcome back to Rimworld, where currently it is the 6th of Jugas 550 and we have one slowly recovering prisoner. They're not feeling on top of the world yet, but given time we might be able to get them there. We are also walling off a new section to expand out our storage. Now I have, since the last episode, added a new mod, which is going to give us significantly more control over our stockpile filters. In fact, I can quickly demonstrate this. We now have stats. We can add in different stats into the stockpile in order to adjust what we're looking for. So base stats, let's go ahead and have a look at this. We can have all kinds of stat filters. Now, specifically, I've added this in so that I can start isolating items based on their market value, so that I can smelt things where the amount of money we would get back from it is barely anything. Because if an item is only like got 4% durability left, then its market value is going to be lower, but we'll still get the same 25% of materials used to make it back if we smelted it. So this is going to allow us to automate our smelter. That's the primary reason I've added this in. But this, as you can see, though, the stats that you can add are going to give us a lot of control over our stockpiles. We'll probably be a little while before we see that actually getting properly utilized, but for the time being, it isn't too bad. Now, Lady Wolfheart is a little bit without work to do right now, which is not great, I'm going to be honest with you, but we will get to that in a moment. In today's episode, one of the first things that I would very, very much like to do is start work on a new area for growing. Now, I would like to lay out a very specific zone utilizing the heat being generated by this geothermal vent. Now, that is the area around which the vent will be built, and I want to give us a good bit of room around it on this side. And then over here is where I want to start building the grow zones. Now, we want basically 7 in total. There's 4, 5, 6. It's going to be awkward unless I build it down and I have the potential for 2 sets of rows. That wouldn't be so bad, with a walkway in between for some nice symmetry there. I approve of this idea quite a lot. That's the grow zone margin. We want a little path around the side. Now, having a large room warmed by a geothermal vent will mean that that room is going to take a lot more, it's not going to get as high a temperature, and that's actually what we want to do. If you have a small room heated by a geothermal vent, you'll very quickly get to the point where it's sweltering hot, and possibly even too hot to grow crops in, and that is not what we want. Now, what we've currently got set up here, if we have a look at our wall light, we can see that it has got some room behind it, and I do want to utilize that. We've got 3 tiles directly behind it, and 4 tiles directly in front. So with that, we should be able to build, design a little pattern for ourselves here. So let's mark the 4 tiles at the front. There we go. This would be the grow light, and then I think it's something like this behind it, effectively. Something along those lines. Let's just line that up over here. Yeah, more or less correct. Those 2 notwithstanding there. All right, so with that, we could possibly even go as far as to have double wall lights. So 3 in, 3 out on this side. Fair enough. We'll pop that in. 1, 2, 3. There we go. 6 tiles. And exactly the same up here. Then I'm planning for a rather large grow area this time. We are beyond the point where we want to be constantly worrying about food. Now, this is a very large area to heat by one geothermal vent. This is a very, very large area to be heating via one geothermal vent. Still, we could do this, have something along those lines, or even shunt it up a little bit if we really wanted to make use of that area a bit more. We would want it double-walled, just to keep the heat inside. We can always have a cooler if we need one, perhaps a little chimney stack, much as we've got over here. 1 or 2 coolers would probably be enough. But this is the general design that I would like to go for. This is going to give us quite a lot of cooling, of growing for a modest cost. If we have a look at one sun lamp, let's have a look there, 2,900 watts. whereas the plant growing wall light is 600 watts. Now, I have actually crunched the numbers. The plant growing light is more energy efficient per tile that it's going to be lighting than the sun lamp, but not by an enormous margin. So I don't really mind using them. And honestly, the idea that you have to have just one massive lamp, it's not how it works. It's not how we do things. The fuses, I'm not going to add a mod for the fuses simply because someone made the very, very hilariously good point of, well, why else do are ships constantly crashing on the Rimworld? It's because they haven't built circuit breakers on the ships. This is alien technology to these people. You know what? That is now canon as far as I'm concerned. As much as I like the fuse mod, as much as it is amazing, I'm not going to add it into my playthroughs anymore because of that. This now explains why ships just fall out of the sky constantly. So we're going to get to work on this, and for that I'm going to need to start popping down various zones. We would want granite walls all along here, granite walls all along there as well, and granite walls all the way down here. Now, we're obviously going to want a doorway in here somewhere, so probably somewhere around here. Now, we are leaving plenty of room in this area because I do like having room to walk around the geotherms. That's just a me thing. You don't need it yourself, but I like to have it. So we would probably have something like this and fill out the rest of this room. There we go, and that will give us our perimeter. We'll have 2 doors over here. They can be whatever, really, but well, you know what? Let's go for. Well, I could make the walls out of marble, I suppose, and have granite on the outside, like I'm doing everywhere else, just to add that extra level of beauty. Is Dark Aavak someone who would care about beauty? Yes. Is Dark Aavak someone who would care about it more than function? No. But this can still be highly functional while still having that beauty enhancement for our colonists. So we will go ahead and do that. It's going to take a while for us to get all the materials together to make this happen. And we've also got to deal with the pending quests as well. So, you know, this is going to be a bit of a long-term project for us, but hopefully we'll get it finished, or at least part of the way there, before the end of this episode. I would be very, very happy with that indeed. Okay, so with that, I'm going to allow my colonists to get to work. Also, I've got to set up all of the zones, so I'll bring you back when there's something to report. Well, unfortunately, at the 8th of Judas, I could have decided to go on a Go Juice binge. You were doing so well with your getting over your psychotic addiction, Ika. I am deeply saddened by this. Deeply, deeply saddened. Oh well, it's what happens when we've got Go Juice in the colony, I suppose. At the moment, in terms of your allowance to use any of the various stimulants, let's say, it's every 2 days, which should keep the amount of exposure below the point where you can become addicted to a thing, but yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't seem that that's going to happen here. Also, we absolutely need to disconnect that battery network, because right now, if a single explosion happened, it would drop enough juice into the explosion to cause quite a bang, really. Whereas half of the battery capacity should be tolerable. Ika's having an overdose. Well, how much did you just take? You had 2. You knocked back 2 vials of Go Juice back to back. You fool. Consciousness max 50. Well, you're not dead, which is good. But if you take any more, you might be. Perhaps I should have someone just beat you up and stick you in a bed. It's quite possible. What are you doing? You coming in to lay your woes down on Dark Aavak? I don't think he's going to care. At the end of the day, if you die due to an overdose, you're basically just extra food for him. He is not the right person to go to for any kind of solace. I'm terribly sorry. I think he would value you, at least in terms of the extra labor you have, to the point where he wouldn't be egging you on to do something that would likely result in your immediate demise. But he's not going to be bothered if that is a path you choose yourself. It's like, yeah, food wants to be food. It's fate at this point. Oh dear. Oh dear. Let's have a look at you. How are you doing now? We're down to 3. It's still only minor. 69% though. Yoga, how are you doing out there? You just having some fun outside. Yeah, you probably shouldn't be, though. Let's get you back indoors. As you can see, we're making reasonable progress on the area here. They've actually been making a lot more progress than I was expecting, frankly. They've gotten a lot of that building already put together. Now, we are going to have to make a move somewhat soon. And before we do start going anywhere, I want to clear out the mechanoids down here. Well, at the very least, we probably want to wait for Ica to not be on a go juice binge and to have restored at least some of their equilibrium and found this center again. That's dangerous. I could have someone else just pick this up and hold on to it so he didn't have access to it. Nope, too late. No, you're going for food. Well, that's actually completely fine by me. But the big thing right now is if we can get them onto a food source that isn't constantly making them feel upset, everything is going to be just that little bit easier to deal with. So that's what we're going to continue to focus on for at least until the 10th, let's say. And at that point, Operation Smash the Toxic Spewer will be a go. Welcome back, everyone. Currently, it is the 10th of Jugas, and Dark Aavak is presently mining out this little area here. Now, the reason why I've got this area designated to be mined before we hit the mechanoids is because the mechanoids themselves will probably drop a couple of items that I'm not going to want to leave behind, basically put. We are going to want to make sure that we get all of this area ready for us to haul any components and the likes back, anything that'll decay outdoors before we leave this area, just to minimize the amount of time that we're spending outside of the colony where we can. Additionally, since the last time you've seen, I've built a steel shelf over here, and I've actually set that up with market value as its target stat. Now, I am going to set this as required. It has to have market value. Now, the way that this all works is, right now I've selected market value as the stat that I want, and we're only going to be putting things here that have 0 to 60 in market value. Anything higher value than that, I actually want to sell rather than break down. But anything lower value than that, I'm happy to just smelt into whatever we can make of it. It only accepts weapons and apparel that can be smelted. I'm not allowing biocoded items for the reasons that I've stated previously. And I only want them 0 to 75 hit points, because honestly, a weapon above 75 hit points is probably going to sell for more than 60 credits. Now, the thing with this is that when you sell something, all other things being equal, you will buy it from a trader at 140% its market value and sell it for 60% of its market value. So this is actually quite a low number in reality. We're only wanting to sell things that are really very, very cheap at this point, because we will probably get more back in materials from smelting it. You will get, even if there's only like 4% left on hit points, you'll get a full 25% of the materials used to make it back, and that is actually a reasonable return, I would say. Dark Aavak, what are you after? You're going to rest. You know what? That's fine. Could I get Lady Wolfheart to help out with the mining in here then? Maybe Ica is already on their way. Fantastic. We should be able to hollow out this little area reasonably fast. Let's expand that storage. There we go. Yoko, are you allowed out right now? No, I'd rather that be all the way down if we could get it all the way down. Evil friend, as soon as you wake up, if you could clean up that barrack, that would be grand. Honestly, getting you into a barrack would be a really, really good move. We haven't been doing anything with our prisoner here, and that was a bit of a silly thing for me. Let's reduce resistance. We'll work on building up your bond with the people in the colony before we do anything else. We've also got a little quest as well, selling to Green Olga. Let's go ahead and have a look at this one. You want 630 patch leather worth 945 credits. In return, you'll give us 1 psychic amplifier and 557 silver. Now, one of the things that have happened in one of the most recent updates is they have adjusted the way that we will receive quests or quest rewards more to the point. And it is extremely... Oh, we're going to have to flick that switch then. We are going to see much, much better balance between the quest difficulty and the quest rewards. Also, a better balance on when we receive certain quests. It's not going to send you like hopelessly impossible quests for you to complete at an early stage of the game, or for example, ask you to host a duke when you're nowhere near capable of having the means to host adequately a duke, and so on and so forth. So that's actually a pretty nice adjustment, and we're probably seeing that there in that quest reward, because that was actually quite a nice quest reward, I'm not going to lie. I would kind of like a lot of patch leather made for that. Whether we're going to have the means to do so, that's a very, very different matter entirely. But let's go into details. I want, how much was it? 680? Let's go for 700 then, patch leather. Let's go ahead and get 700 patch leather made if we can, honestly. Because that is a heck of a good deal. There we go. We're smelting down one of the first weapons. This is a poor 49%. If we have a look at it, its value is 4.67 market value. That's absolutely not worth the steel we'll get back from it. I believe they're made of, if we, well, we'll see shortly how much steel we'll get. So we would have made 4 credits, almost 5 credits of selling this. We're just going to see now how much steel worth we get back from that. We got back, where are you taking it? Uh-oh, you're going to add it to the 18, aren't you? Okay, we got back an insignificant 7 steel then. If we have a look at the value of steel, that's 1.9. We would have had to buy that at 1.4 times that value as well. So yeah, we definitely made back a fair old chunk of cash there, actually. Indeed, these knives, let's have a look at you. Well, you'll sell for 47. That's not terribly bad, actually. So I'm happy to wait on that one. Maybe I should adjust this down a little bit further. Let's say anything with a natural market value of under 50, because again, we'll only be selling it for 60% of that. Maybe even a little bit less. Let's go for 30. There we go. We can only store items that are 30 or below. I'm not even going to worry about the hit points. Honestly, if it's less than 30, then we can just go ahead and smelt it. When we have a look in here, though, with the whole thing with apparel, I could easily stick a flak vest in there. I wonder if flak vests would ever be that low. Hard to say. But I've made 2 new builds, low value weapons, low value apparel. They will both smelt only from this area here. That one's just a slightly bit bigger. We don't like that. No. I want it to be very precise. There we go. That would, wait, no, that's wrong. I really wish that this was a little bit more accurate. I really do. But that's good enough. There we go. All right. Okay. So we've got this area ready now. So we should be good to go. Lady Wolfheart, what are you equipped with? You're not equipped with anything right now. I don't approve of that. How about... Well, I could give you yeah, actually, you're not too bad with a Gladius. So you go ahead and grab that Gladius. You can be our melee combatant. Reasonably happy with everyone else's weapons for the time being. What is pulling your moods down? Minor pain, darkness, unsightly environment, sick, dull barrack. I really am sorry about that. You know what? Maybe I could have Evil Friend hang out here. It's not particularly good. You're not going to like it. I'm sorry, Evil Friend. I truly am. But at least you're now going to have a bedroom, and that should help with Lady Wolfheart's mood. Lady Wolfheart has been in such a poor mood lately that... Unfortunately, she's causing quite a lot of problems with a lot of the other colonists. She is not making friends. She's not making friends, even slightly, and that pains me. We want all of our colonists to get on if we can. Let me make sure that all of this is set up correctly, because for some reason I have not. And of course, we want all of this in the home zone. There we go. Let's drag all that out there. There we are. That's looking a little bit better now. There we go. That should, people should try and keep this area nice and tidy. But I think it is high time that we get out there and deal with this menace. Should I take Lady Wolfheart? Considering her very, very low mood right now, maybe not. If I could get some more marble blocks, then maybe I could get another bed made for Evil Friend. Just lift their mood just slightly. I am worried about the quest, of course. But... I'm also worried about taking out fighters who are going to lose their mind. No. I think perhaps for the time being, we're just going to let Dark Aavak have his rest, and then we're going to head out and try and deal with this as quickly as we can. We'll also build this up where possible. Make sure that there are proper roofs around here, of course. There we go, and expand the roofed zone. There we go. Just a little bit of added protection out here as well, which would be quite nice. Major break risk is Lady Wolfheart, yeah. Hopefully Lady Wolfheart can have her spirits lifted in some way. We've even given a chair for the person who's cutting all of the stones. I think that's very, very kind of us personally, but whether that's too little too late, I'm not really sure. We'll see, I suppose. But yeah, Lady Wolfheart isn't the best constructor. She fails reasonably frequently, but you're not going to get any better without practice. So you just carry on. I think that was possibly Ica there who failed that one. I can't tell for certain. But is Dark Aavak up now? Yes. Okay. Dark Aavak, it's his time. Let's get you down here. Want you to stay under roofed. Also, I do not want Yoko to be part of this operation. This is going to be a very tight operation. We need to be in, out, no dilly-dallying, no messing around, no mistakes. And we need to be able to very tightly control where everyone is moving for this. So, unfortunately, Yoko, you're going to have to stay back. I cannot risk you being primaried by the Auto Inferno turret. Also, I've got a funny feeling this thing's going to explode pretty nastily. It's probably going to follow the same rules as all other turrets, in my opinion. Right, I want you to get in there. I want you to start beating this thing. Well, actually, what have you got? You've got the heavy SMG. Evil Spy, I want you to start beating this thing. I want Dark Aavak to stand behind you, and I want Ica to stand behind you as well. So that it's going to suck for Evil Friend, honestly, but you should be able to take this thing down quickly. With all of that firepower, yeah, you've already shot off a foot. Let's have a look at Evil Friend. It's hurting Evil Friend, certainly. Keep it up. Come on. Let's make the... There we go. Perfect. Right, now this thing can't attack us right now, but the moment we step out of range, it's going to be able to. Evil Friend, you're pretty busted up there. What's the range on your weapon? It's a reasonable range. Evil Friend's even got a large one. How often can this thing fire? What's the cooldown on his weapon? 8.4 seconds. That's actually pretty beefy. Warm up 1.25 seconds, which is even beefier. So yeah, combined, this gives us like almost a 10-second window. Dark Aavak, make a run for it. Go. I need you to draw its eye. Oh, really? The whole reason I was sending Dark Aavak down there was so that you didn't shoot these guys. You scoundrel, you. All right, pull back if you can. Ica, don't be over there. Ica, this is so bad. Evil Friend, I need you to move right now. Get away from this, because it's going to be really nasty when that thing explodes, and it's about to. Keep it up. Go for it, Dark Aavak. Ooh, damn, that was a bigger explosion than I was expecting. Evil Friend. Okay, you're dead in 14 hours. Dark Aavak, you're okay. You've just got a couple of cracks. Okay. Alright, that was nasty. That was super nasty, actually. Ica, if you could just please come down here so Dark Aavak can take care of you. Alright, Dark Aavak, want you to do a couple of things here. Everything here is now available for pickup. Everything. I'm going to need Yoko. Yoko, are you able to do some hauling for me? What is your health looking like? 5.8. I would say, yeah, you're fine to work on that. Lady Wolfheart. 10. Well, that's not grand. I'm not gonna lie. Could you come and grab? There's no, it's set to store it. Damn it. Okay, we need to set this one up for mechanoid corpses as well. Okay, Lady Wolfheart. You are so close to breaking, though. Oh my lord. What are you doing right now? You're building. How about you just go and have some food? Well, consume a simple meal. Go somewhere nice. Dark Aavak, could you immediately treat Evil Friend? Is it possible for you to do that? Rescue only. That's annoying. Oh, right. It's because you're not allowed to be outside. Okay, there we go. Still, either way, it's rescue only. Okay, well, just grab him, get him out there. Ica, if you could grab... Is anything here going to be... Missing body parts are 9%. Well, let's actually see how this went down. The pikeman stopped functioning. Ica's heavy SMG bullet pierced the pikeman's front left foot. Well done. Evil Friend, how are you doing? The pikeman bashed Evil Friend with its front left leg, bashing his right leg and right femur savagely. Hit Evil Friend in the torso. Beat Evil Friend with its front left leg, smashing his torso. Jabbed Evil Friend in the left leg. Okay, well, I mean, it wasn't terrible. But grab the... If I could get Ica to grab... No, you're not allowed. Grab the pikeman. It probably represents more material than anything else. Let's get you guys inside as fast as you possibly can, please. Let's go, 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 go. There we go. And hopefully Lady Wolfheart's mood will start to improve a little bit. There we are. I mean, it's not great, but it's something. Ica, after that, I kind of want you to go and just rest. What are you currently working? You're going to grab some food. Dark Aavak should get right. Okay, there we go. Well done, Dark Aavak. Let's get him patched up as much as we can because he is badly wounded. Once you've done that, I would like you to clean this area. Right, Ica, what are you after? You're gonna go and rest. That's fine. Lady Wolfheart, your mood is somewhat improved, so if you could go and grab the items out here, bring in the assault rifle. There we go. We've got to try and balance all of this where we can. A major break risk once again. No change there really, but hopefully this is going to start improving it now that she's just got a room to herself. There we go. There's no absolutely terrible situation, really. There's no absolutely terrible situation over here that we need to worry about. So overall, you should be okay. Though your legs are pretty badly messed up, unfortunately. Can we make sure that this place is... No, don't strip him. No, just clean blood. Then we should be good. Right, if you could take care of... are you going to feed... you're tending Ica. Okay, no, that's fine. Poor old Ica. Just over there. Not making a fuss because you knew the evil friend's wounds were worse. Good guy, Ica. After that, I'm just going to allow Dark Aavak to tend to himself. Simply because it's just a small crack on his shoulder. He should be okay. Let's get that sorted. You can't. He's not going to get an infection from that, but I still want it to be repairing. Still tending to himself. Oh, actually, he got a crack on his jaw. Now that definitely could get a bit of damage there. Is there? There we go. Finally. Right, Lady Wolfheart, could you get back out there and grab those components? You should be. Your mood should be improving rather rapidly. There we go. Let's just get the worst of stuff cleared out from in here. Dark Aavak, unfortunately, you're just going to have to do a lot of things for now because you're the least troublesome when it comes to mood. But we're going to leave this for now. We're not going to worry about getting that sorted for the time being. I'm not going to prioritize sorting this out. And the plasteel, that can safely stay outside. But everything else that can decay, want that inside. I'm not sure what we're going to get for breaking this, other than the reward for the quest. But the main thing is that we've sorted that out. And at this point now, I want to make sure that everyone is back in roofed. Let's give people time to recover for now then. Oh, Dark Aavak's going straight back out. For what exactly? Why are you grabbing the plasteel? How about instead you prioritize moving the assault rifle? There we go. I hadn't actually cottoned on that hadn't been brought back inside, but that's fine for now. You can have some food and then hopefully get a bit of healing done, really. That's the main thing right now. Probably want to floor over this area. I could just use slate just to get some sort of flooring in here. Let's have a quick look. We've easily got enough slate to do it. So let's just get this room at least somewhat less messed up. That would be a bit of help. There we are, feeding Evil Friend as well. Well done. There we go. It's going to be a little while before Evil Friend is back on their feet, but we can at least try and get that to happen sooner rather than later. Yoko going out there grabbing the odds and sods. Well done, you. Let's have a look. 2.1% on your toxic buildup. That should be fine. We should be okay for now. But yeah, we've got a lot of people who are in need of rest and recuperation. Lady Wolfheart, how's your mood doing? Minor pain, hungry. Well, you'll take care of that as soon as you get up, so that's fine. Slightly impressive dining room, slightly impressive bedroom. They are going to start offsetting these issues that we've got. So hopefully now, with that, Lady Wolfheart is going to start coming back under control. Get her space crazy dealt with. And hopefully less insulting sprees, because it has definitely caused wounds. Deep, deep rifts in and amongst our colonists. Right now, Dark Aavak and Ica, yeah, they're not particularly good friends, really. They're not good friends at all. You're going to continue to hate the fact that Dark Aavak eats raw human-like meat. And that's why we want to cook it, because for some reason they stop caring as much then. They know there's still human meat in it. They just don't really care. You dislike Ica because of his disfigurement. Wow. Pot calling kettle black, Miss Annoying Voice. My goodness, I would have thought you'd have had more sympathy for something that someone can't change. My goodness. It's awful. Let's continue to grab all these things in, though. How quickly is Yoko's toxic buildup building? A little bit faster than I would like, if I'm perfectly honest, but we'll have to see how this one goes. Aika is about to be fed. Good, good, good. Let's have a look at you. Overall, I mean, the burn from the Inferno Cannon is going to repair... Yeah, it's already dealt with. That's brilliant. Dark Aavak's shoulder and jaw. Well, the jaw is going to take the longer one to completely subside, but the crack should be gone reasonably soon. You're going to go and feed... No, you're giving this one to Termite. There we go. Aika's back on his feet. Perfect. We've even installed the table and the chair there, so Termite should be in pretty high spirits. We do want to disconnect those grids, though, as quickly as we can, so that there's no further risk of explosions, or rather, no further risk of extremely large explosions at the very least. And as soon as Yoko is back indoors, there we go, we're going to pop you into roof now, so that you're not at risk of anything. Right, if we can get the flooring in here, at least Evil Friend will have a floored place, and I mean, this will ultimately benefit the whole group as well. But I'm just going to allow our peeps a little bit of time to recover before I have one of them break down the toxic spewer itself, and hopefully we'll get something nice from that. It's the 11th of August, and things are looking cautiously on the up. And with this next shot, the quest is finally complete. There we go. The mech cluster buildings have been defeated. At long last, we've got an advanced component out of this. Very nice indeed. Let's go ahead and grab everything here. 50 plasteel, some regular steel. Of course, you're not really allowed out there, are you? Well, you are now. There we go. In fact, I would actually like you to bring all of this in if you can. I would even like all of these brought in, to be perfectly honest, so that we can smelt them down. Okay, let's get people moving. Oh, pods have arrived. Let's go ahead and have a look at you. How did... I'm not going to question it. That's fine. It's perfectly fine. You may notice that we're having Lady Wolfheart's room be redecorated with some slate floors, because honestly the marble is more useful in building walls where it'll make a difference versus the floors where it really won't. So slate is just as good as anything else. New quest has become available. It's called Prisoner Galvan, not Gavlan. An orbiting ship captain wants you to guard a prisoner named Masaru Galvan at a noble rest for 23 days. Galvan is an expert fighter. Galvan recently attempted to steal from an ancient storage site and has been targeted by orbiting mechanoid swarm. A triple-strength mech cluster will deploy nearby. After 23 days, a shuttle will arrive to collect Galvan. If you get him onto the shuttle alive, transport pods with the following resources will arrive: Glitterworld Medicine ×9 and Orbital Bombardment Targeter. You must keep Galvan at noble rest and not send him anywhere else. A triple strength mech cluster. What on earth is that? I mean, I really, really want that orbital bombarder, but I don't want to die. So, you know, I kind of feel that I'm caught between two difficult decisions. One, turn down amazing loot that I haven't actually really played with very much before. Anyway, or probably get all my people killed with mech shenanigans. I mean, neither one is really, really attractive, I'll be honest. But I think keeping my people alive is slightly more attractive. Unfortunately, we are down to regular human meals right now. Hang on. Is there toxic fallout? There should be. I think the toxic fallout may have just... we've lost the toxic fallout look to the place a little bit, thanks to getting rid of the toxic spew, but it is still toxic fallout, I'm fairly certain. Let's get the last of this room built. And actually, could you just finish that for me? And also repair that wall. It's been broken for a bloody long time. Let's get all of these things done. And then finally, Lady Wolfheart should have a fully furnished room, which I'd be pretty happy with. There we go. Still working on getting more food up and running, but we have completely run out of food for the time being, which is none too great. I'm not going to lie to you. None too great at all. I think it may be time for us to send Dark Aavak on a bit of a journey. Lady Wolfheart is in fantastically high spirits, though. Probably catharsis, yeah. And not a lot of bad things going on in her life right now. Dare I send Dark Aavak and Lady Wolfheart out on a bit of a trip? While they're both in amazing moods, this might be the best time to ever do this. Maybe they'll come back and they'll have buried the hatchet. Ideally, not in each other. We know there's no risk of them actually attacking each other with hatchets. Teeth are their preferred weapons, but I think maybe we should. I think maybe we need to get a caravan out there. We've got so much stuff that we could trade. We've got just raw jade, which by itself is a very, very nice resource. We could craft it into something more valuable and trade that, but without food, close to the... Well, actually 80% grown is not too bad. I could probably get them an extra couple of meals. And who knows what Randy's going to send us in that time. As long as we can get this set up, that might be the better option to take. You know what? Sure. Let's get Dark Aavak to... well, actually, Ica. As soon as Ica is done with being here. Ica is not in the best of moods. Psychotic wandering. Just wandering around being generally very unhappy. Termite, I can't imagine you're going to be in particularly high spirits after being basically forced to eat people, but, you know, it is what it is, okay? We have plenty of people available, so you're just going to have to live with that. Right, let's see. Lady Wolfheart, let's hopefully get more and more of this place set up. Ideally, I just need these two before we can start growing things. So, you know what? Let me go ahead and cancel these blocks. We don't actually need the interior cladding. All we need are these blocks built, and we can get the grow zone set up. Now, power is another matter entirely. How are we going to run the power to this area? Should I run it through the second zone? It would make sense to. But that being said, that's currently for my residential area, and it's not having to power too much as a direct consequence of that, so I'm kind of on the fence of pulling that apart. Let's have this go all the way around. There we go. Eventually this will be hooked up to the reactor there. Actually, we probably want that to come on the inside here. There we go, and then back down. That way I can have the conduits run under the doors. It'll be a little bit cleaner. There we go. Are we going to want marble doors? We might as well. So let's pop those in place. And then at this point... Oh, who's just gone... really? Okay, well, Yoko, I'm going to need you with me for this one. Let's go ahead and get in there and melee attack. Let's try and take them down before they take Ica down. Because they are berserk, and aren't they good? Yeah, they're fairly competent with melee. They're as competent as Dark Aavak is. Right, stunned for now. Quickly, Yoko. Get in there with your rending claws. Fight goes on for ages. Yoko shows up, fight ends. I imagine Termite actually just took a fall there. It's like, no, yeah, you totally beat me. Please, no, those teeth, so big, so shiny. Right, let's have a look. Using his left fist cleverly, hit Ica, bashing his left shoulder. Dark Aavak beat Termite in the left arm. Termite beat Ica in the right shoulder viciously. Dark Aavak hit Termite in the head. Dark Aavak beat Termite, injuring his right leg. Termite slammed Dark Aavak in the right leg. Dark Aavak smashed Termite with his bionic arm's fist, bruising his left leg and left femur. Termite, using his left fist, cleverly hit Dark Aavak with a beat from his left fist, smashing his torso. Yoko scratched Termite in the torso. Termite immediately gave up. He knew this battle was lost. The only chance to survive was to hit the dirt and plead for mercy. Right, just some bruises, nothing too bad. Same here as well. Okay, Dark Aavak, can you deal with this? Capture Termite, you little scoundrel, you. We've been so kind to you, and you repay our kindness like this? How dare. Though, I fancy it's probably the, cooked cannibalism. Again, Dark Aavak, why are you... This is the best food. We're literally giving you the best food this colony has to offer, and you reject it with savagery and insults and fists to the shoulder. I don't think I actually hit anyone in the face. But Ica, I really wish you would lie down. Because I can't take care of you until you do. On that note, Dark Aavak, you probably don't need to worry about tending yourself anymore. Oh, poor Termite. I imagine a bruise from a bionic arm is no small thing. Evil friend is wandering around. Is I got it? Yeah, the cooked cannibalism is going to be ruining people's moods for a little bit. Could you clean up the blood for now? And actually clean it up in here as well. Let's just make sure that, you know, as much of a jerk as Termite was, they don't get an infection, because that would be awful. All right, there we go. All we need now is power, so hopefully Lady Wolfheart can take care of that. Now, putting up power conduits is fairly easy. And it's actually a reasonably good way of training someone's construction skill, because it's something you can do stupid fast with very little waste, even if you get it wrong. Oh, no. All right, let's have a look. What wound was that? Right leg. It was... yeah. Look, okay, Yoko is an engineered entity for war. Some might say poor eye hygiene, but those in the know understand that this is by design. The bacteria that exist on her claws are there specifically so that even if she doesn't kill the thing she attacks, it's going to die, one way or another. But now we're going to have to keep tending it. Oh well, hopefully you'll get better. Oh wow, okay, that's not good. Hopefully you'll get better reasonably soon. But on that note, let's clean up everything and make sure that Ica is tended so that no other infections there either. Poor old termite though. Oh well, work continues. Okay, as much as we have tried, the infection is at 97% and the immunity has only reached 91. It is time to bite the bullet. We straight up, I've left it longer than I would have normally. We need to take off this leg. Amputate. Right leg. It is the only thing that we can do. We will then install a peg leg, but right now we have to amputate. Come on, the Dark Aavak. We need you to move like the bloody wind for this one, because that is not dropping at all. You may notice that we have finished setting up our grow zone. So as soon as this one is done, we will... I'm not sure if that is being completely sown, but we'll see. We're going to use one of our Glitter World meds. It's the only meds that we can really offer, and get on that. As a result, I've got one of these zones set for heal root. The other three are all set for rice. Let's have a look at you. How close is it? 98. You've got 2 percentiles to get this done. We need to get that leg off him before it basically poisons his blood to the point that there is no return. Let's have a watch. 98%. 99. Okay, it all comes down to how fast Dark Aavak can work. He shouldn't be able to fail and amputate. He might do, but we'll see. And, oh. Okay, I take that back. No, you did manage to cut it off, but you also somehow cut his torso. You know what? As you were sawing, maybe as the bone saw just kind of skipped, one of the teeth just kind of nicked the bone, and the whole blade jumped, and you just raked it across the groinal crease up along his side. Maybe dug a little deep there into the torso, but it's fine. It's fine. Because, you know, you're taking off a leg. That's definitely not a job for just, you know, removing a... that's absolutely not a scalpel job. Now, we could give him a peg leg, but that's just going to make it easier for him to get away. So for now, he's just going to have to lay in bed. Doesn't mean we're going to have to feed him, but that's fine. Look, this is all because you decided to have a bit of a fight, Termite. This is really on you, okay? All on you. You're no one to blame but yourself. Right, okay, so hopefully our food situation is going to start to get a little bit better, but it'll probably take us a while yet. If you could go ahead and clean up this area, but that was unfortunate. Making a peg leg, gonna have to make a peg leg. Can we make one down here? You can't make it here. Where would one make a peg leg? It actually might not be an item like these. It may in fact be just we can make a peg leg out of some wood. We've got some wood. Yeah, gonna be useful to us one way or t'other. It's fine. Right, let's unhook this, but let's have a quick look. Man, our brawler with a peg leg. Gonna be just hobbling over to his opponents under a hail of bullets. Hopefully we can get you a shield belt before overlong. But, yeah, it might be a bit of a tricky one. As you notice, we are continuing to replace the flooring in many locations with slate rather than marble, just to make better use of the materials that we have to hand. And generally speaking, things aren't going too horribly badly. But I think it's very, very rapidly getting to the point where we are going to need to start thinking about moving out and getting some things done. That being said, I would like to have a little bit more room in our workshop here. Maybe even get down a tool bench, perhaps. Or perhaps expand out one of these rooms. That being said as well, we could absolutely use a field as a workroom, but the site of the dirty ground will have a -1. It's not terrible as long as I put other things that are nice in there. It should actually be relatively easy to manage, but we'll have to see how it goes. The next project that I'm going to be wanting to work on, actually, how warm is it in there? It's 36. That's actually not too bad. We've also got a psychic soothe, so, you know, good times. All of the men in the colony are in fairly high spirits at the very least. But we do want to get some more bedrooms set up reasonably soon. If we can get the bedroom set up, then that's going to be a big help for us. Specifically, because we're going to need another 2. One for Lady Wolfheart, one for Evil Friend, and then one for Termite, once eventually they decide to adjust. That is a lie. That is an absolute lie. 100% fabricated. You cannot walk. You know why you can't walk? Because I took your leg off. You know why I took that off? Because you were bad. No, well, I mean in a long roundabout way. You displeased us, and thus we took your leg. But mostly it was because you were going to die otherwise. So it is still your fault. I refuse to feel guilty about this. The only part that I truly regret about this whole fiasco, though, is that Dark Aavak couldn't take the leg away and turn it into delicious, delicious tasting gnomes. Couldn't even give it to Yoko. Wasted food. It pains me so much. But this is the world we live in. Alright, let's go ahead and finish off the walls here. We are going to want to clad around there as well. There we go. This will make a nice little area for us. I may have a bench down here, perhaps. I could even put a butcher's table in there, really. That wouldn't necessarily be a bad move. But there are other options as well. For the time being, this place is going to be kept pretty warm, thanks to the steam geyser. If we can get the rest of the walls set up, though, it'll be even better. Like, by far better. Right now, it is hemorrhaging that heat every time something goes through the door. So, reasonably speaking, I'm probably going to say that Yoko shouldn't be going in there. But Yoko is actually one of the safest animals to go in there, simply because she won't eat the food. So it's one of these things, really. Could you possibly clean the vomit up there as well? Because, you know, poor termite. Yeah, it sucks, but you'll be better eventually, hopefully. Right, we are going to need a lot more materials brought in. So, with that in mind, how are you doing for your toxic build-up? You're doing amazingly, so let's get all of these hauled. We'll also hold this one as well. We can bring that in too, and then you can bring this in. And that should be good enough for me for now. We are going to want to bring more of the slag in so that we can smelt that down, but for the time being, that seems to be reasonable setup. We've got this hyperweave. That should be really used for nothing. We don't want to waste that stuff. Looking at quests, we've got days. Days left to do the deserter. We're not going to be able to manage this, and almost certainly not going to be able to manage that one either. That's fine. They'll eventually decay, but the deserter is something we need to do. It isn't a want, it is a need at this point. Right, so these ones, I want to make sure that they are not sewing. Once this is done, this is going to become a bedroom, I think. Or it could be an extended workshop. I'm undecided on it, but Evil Friend needs a room, and eventually Termite is as well. Until we've built more rooms, it's a problem for us. At the very least, in here looks somewhat nice. We'll lay down some proper paving, just to make the room a little bit easier to manage. But at the very least, at the moment, Ica has got a grand job ahead of them, and it should keep their spirits relatively high. They enjoy the work that they're doing. But I think it is time that we send Dark Aavak out on a quick caravan. It is time, yes. Okay, so let's head out to the world. Let's find out where Dark Aavak's going to go. And, of course, we're going to be sending along either Yoko or Lady Wolfheart. I don't want to take Evil Friend as much as I would like to. Simply because it would leave the colony without a dedicated defender. And that would be a bit of a risk. Now, heading down to Shafter or up to Green Olga. If we have a look at setting up the caravan, which one is going to be the fastest route? Dark Aavak is definitely going. Yoko would definitely go. I mean, Yoko would be great to leave behind because she could take care of the caravan, of the place while Dark Aavak is away. 0.86 days. The Outlander Union is likely to have the better option for trading, but it's going to require moving across open fields for a bit longer. But they're effectively the same distance. Now, we are going to need... Oh, do we have a bedroll? I don't actually think we've made a bedroll yet. So, let's head back down and just make sure that we've got a bedroll available. Right, so furniture. Bedroll. We can make it from... I can make it out of hyperweave. No. We could make a human leather bedroll. Oh, that would be perfect for Dark Aavak. Okay, and Dark Aavak, you're going to be working on this because it's your bedroll. So come on. Trust no one else to do this. There we go. Let's have a look at it. It's a good bedroll. Of course it's a good bedroll. And install it as well, please. There we go. Yoink. You make some fresh human noms before you head out. Fair enough. There we go. And we should be good to go. Right, okay, let's get back out here. Set up our caravan. It's been a long time coming. Now, Dark Aavak is not the best negotiator. That's the long and short of it. It would actually be a lot better to send someone else who's got a bit of a... more of a silver tongue than Dark Aavak. Dark Aavak is, well, yeah, you know, he can talk, at the very least. I mean, Lady Wolfheart would be the better person to send. See, she'd be so good at it. The annoying voice negates part of it, unfortunately, because well, actually, does annoying voice count as a beauty? I don't think it does. And that's what dictates some of the qualities of negotiating. So Lady Wolfheart might actually be okay with that. Let's get you an alpaca wool bedroll. Come on then. Let's get that going quickly. There we go. And another good bedroll. Well done. Dark Aavak can pull that down. There we go. Lady Wolfheart is not going to enjoy the meat. This is the reality of it. She's really, really going to dislike having to eat what she's going to have to eat on this journey. But it is what it is. Right, let's get that down there. Choose route. Now, in terms of items... Okay, there we go. After realizing that we couldn't select the bedrolls, I made sure that they were actually hauled to a storage area, and now we've got both the bedrolls coming with us. We're bringing all of the Luciferium, enough human meat for 1 day's worth of foods. We are bringing any weapon that we couldn't smelt, and all of the particularly low quality or low durability clothing that we've got, as well as all of our gold, or rather silver. So that shouldn't be too bad. We will hopefully get there reasonably quickly. We're 52% visible, which means there's a, unfortunately, reasonable chance of our enemies spotting us as we're on our way, but that's why we're sending Dark Aavak and Yoko along. They should be able to handle any particularly nasty fights that come our way. Most people would hopefully know better than to even bother trying to fight them. But that is it. They are heading out. Lady Wolfheart is already close to a break. If she can at least get off the map, then that would be a good thing. Please don't break along the way. She might actually break along the way, and that would be awful. But there we go. Lady Wolfheart's caravan has formed and is now traveling on the world map. Order, visit, shaft. Well, you know, it is what it is, okay? I love the little glowing heel root mod. Truly, I do. Okay, so more and more work is being done around the base whilst the people are out. And while Lady Wolfheart is gone... you know what? Actually, yeah, sure. Evil friend, Lady Wolfheart. We're gonna leave her room. Well, actually, I was gonna say we're gonna leave her room intact, but it's honestly the better room. So sure, evil friend, you get to sleep there for now. For the time being, this will lift your spirit a little bit more. Now, how many more slate blocks we've got? We've got a decent amount of slate blocks. I can probably go ahead and replace all of these. There we go. Get that done. And little by little, we're actually getting somewhere with all of this. Now, unfortunately, the evil friend is sweeping the dirt. Don't question it. Just let him get on with his work. It's fine for now. Battery power-wise, we're okay. We could do with this corn being ready a bit sooner than the currently is, because everyone's having to eat human meat noms, which is not improving anyone's mood at the moment. But there we are. And unfortunately, they've immediately decided to go to sleep. Well, that's a shame. They are able to forage some berries each day, so at least they've got that, I guess. But that's not going to go too particularly well, I'm going to be honest with you. This may be an opportunity for them to lift their relationship out of the pit that it seems to be in. But unfortunately, we've got some scallywags. One with a machine pistol, one with a regular pistol, and we've got an evil friend and an Ica to deal with it. Hopefully, well, we've got a couple of traps, actually. We may be able to manage this. We might be able to manage it, especially if we build some more. There was, as we saw, someone went for a defensive position up there. Let's make sure that we've got quite a few of these down, and we should be okay. For now, let's go ahead and pop that one up there. Ica, we're going to need you. We need you to be allowed outside. Go ahead and deal with that. Evil friend, how's your health? You're doing okay. Dark Aavak, health-wise, you should be okay. Yep, they're not getting any toxic fallout right now. They're just moving from cave to cave, taking all the time that they need to try and stick out of the worst of it. In terms of moving, the caravan's actually pretty fast. Without Lady Wolfheart, it would be even faster because Dark Aavak and Yoko are so quick on their feet due to their bionics. But this shouldn't be too terrible, even still. But that's where we're going to be wrapping up today's episode. A bit of cliffhanger, I know, but you know me, I enjoy cliffhangers. I know you don't, but they're awesome from my perspective. Ah, marvelous. And this is a Dark Aavak run. What were you expecting? But that is going to be it from me. I hope you have enjoyed. I hope you will be joining me for the next. But until then, and as always, do take care, everyone.